Ahoy Captains, it's Vaz again with another video from World of Warships Legends. And today we have a Let's Play video for you. We're in the Kiev. This is the Tier 6 Russian destroyer. And we're in the map Trap, in a game of domination. Now we do have a whole whack of reasons as to why we're doing this video, and we'll explain that in a second. But first we want to give a shout out to our division mate, Misfits Diesel, who joined us for this match, and he's playing in the Minsk. So yeah, double Russian DDs for your pleasure. Alright, enough nonsense. We are spawned closest to the Alpha Cap, so that's where we're headed. But yeah, while we're on our way over there, let's talk about why we're doing this match. I think first and foremost the reason why I'm showing this match is because it took place on my birthday. Last year. So it was a little while ago. It's been a while since I've been able to get to it. But we're finally getting to it. And so that was probably the first reason. Second reason is because it ends up being a crazy comeback at the end. And so I was thinking of calling this video the birthday comeback. And I guess another minor reason is because it took place during the extra XP weekend, and so we got a whole whack of XP at the end of this match and a whole bunch of other goodies. And I just wanted to mention that if you're playing this game casually from time to time, that you want to keep your eyes open for those extra XP weekends, because those are definitely the best times to play. And of course, the last reason, we got a lot of interesting points in the gameplay, so we'll point those out as we go along. Alright, speaking of which, the enemy Benson was spotted briefly there. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He was just sitting there shooting his guns. And so we thought maybe Misfits was spotting him. So we hit our smoke screens to start firing at him, because that Massachusetts was looking right at us. We do not want any part of him and his secondaries, as we were probably within range of his secondaries depending on his build. But of course, Misfits had the same idea as I did, and he popped his smoke screen. Basically our division here was just two good solo players playing together. We weren't using our mics for this match. For whatever reason we couldn't, but it usually doesn't matter because we play well off each other. But that's one thing to think about when you are playing the game. We did have an extra second to think about it there. We could have taken a look behind us and to see what the rest of our teammates were doing. It would have been really easy to see that he already had popped his smoke screen. And so what we could have done is just stood fast and spotted for him. But it's all good. We're just out here to have some fun, not try and beat the world. We did get some torp hits on the Nagato, and we were able to whittle him down with some gunfire too. And that's going to end up being extremely important for the end game. You're going to want to remember this Nagato and how much health we were able to chip off of him at the beginning of this match. But yeah, we do lose him behind the island there. And so we're not really sure what to do now. We're kind of surrounded by battleships at the moment. There is a destroyer lurking. There are some of his torps. And so we're thinking that we'll just go over and support Misfits. Maybe we can track down that destroyer. And lo and behold, there he is. He pops up on the screen. He's right in Misfits' grill. I think Misfits actually took a torp from him. I'm not really sure, but he lost a bunch of health. Unfortunately, he's in kind of a crossfire between the battleships and the Benson. We're not able to get to him in time. Poor Misfits gets taken out by the Nagato of all ships. But good on him, he's able to torp the Benson, take him out and get just a flesh wound medal. Now it's all down to us on this flank. We'll be damned if we're going to give up this gap. We're just going to try and hold it down the best we can. Massachusetts looks like he's pushing forward. So we sent some torps in his direction. Now my plan here was to stick around this cap and try and defend it from this Massachusetts who's barreling around the corner there. But unfortunately there's this island in front of us that kind of wrecks our plan a little bit. So we're going to go around the island and get ourselves into a little better position. As we're doing that, we get a couple of torp hits on the Massachusetts, very nice, from our first set of torps. And then we get a couple more hits from our second set of torps. We don't quite finish him off though, so he's still going to be a little bit of a pain. If we were able to finish him off, we could have probably just gone straight to the Bravo cap. I was thinking that Nagato was going to keep his distance. He was kind of a little bit apprehensive there, we'll say. He wasn't too keen on getting too involved in the action this match. Yeah, nothing much is going to happen for the next little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Kiev itself. And I do find these Russian alternative destroyers a little bit interesting, but only once you get to the Kiev, and that's because of the heal that it gets. It does get 2 heals. Now I think for this match we're playing the ship stock, because those hit points are pretty low. And I just had a look, and nope, that is fully upgraded, the Kiev. Those are pretty low. That is terrible. The 4th lowest at the tier. So you really are going to need those heals. And I guess you could say it makes it more interesting when it comes to managing your hit points. You might even want to consider putting Sims on there as an inspiration for your commander. And since we said the word commander, let's throw our commander up on the screen here. Great segue, guys. So here's a good old Vlad. Trubes is what I call him. Trubetskoy. He's inspired by Bay and Mordov. Now the reason I use Mordov on there is because this bloody ship has a terrible reload. The 2nd worst of the tier. Let's go back to some of the stats here. I don't normally do this, but this ship inspired me to do it because it is terrible at a lot of things. Like I already mentioned, really bad hit points, bad reload, not very good turret traverse, terrible HE and AP DPMs, and also the worst concealment at the tier. Oh, and just in case you were worried that it was not going to be bad at everything, it also has terrible AA, it also has one of the worst rudders, and I mean it's even got below average torp damage. The only thing I do like about it is that it does have a 8-kilometer torp range, which is decent, especially for a Russian destroyer, and it does get 5 torps on each side. So yeah, you are definitely at a bit of a disadvantage when you're choosing to play this ship. If you're looking for a challenge, then this is the ship that you're going to want to choose. Speaking of challenges, we're about to go face to face with an Amalfi. Luckily we do still have 1 smokescreen left. And just because we did want to show off that it does have a secondary gun, we get a couple of secondary hits on the Amalfi, which is hilarious. You know, what's even the point if it's not going to do any damage? Anyways, we did want to at least make him think twice about going into this cap. We launched our torps at him, and then we got the hell out of there. So we're going to save him for our teammates, but not before we get a torp hit on him. Very nice. Instead, we're going to go over to the Charlie cap and cap that instead, because things are a little bit close. We are even in ships in this match, although we did control 2 caps. There's that Amalfi in the Bravo cap, and that Nagato put his big boy pants on, and he actually moved forward, and he's in the Alpha cap now. And now that we just lost a ship, we are down, and that's going to be like that for a bit. And oh crap, we're detected because our detectability is shit, and we can't see who's detected us. Oh, it's the Venom, and he's almost dead, so we are going to be able to make short work of him. Unfortunately, we get a kill pinch. That's okay, someone else weakened him beforehand. Our main concern now is a frickin' Baltimore. Damn it. At least he's taking a bit of a beating too. And that's something I want to mention, guys. If even though, you know, the ships on that spawned on this side on our team, they're all dead, they still at least got as much damage as they could. They chipped away at that Venom, they chipped away on this Baltimore, they did what they could. They didn't just run and hide. And that really can make all the difference to your teammates when they're trying to win the game in crunch time. Now, we're going to do something a little bit wily here. You can see that the enemy is about to get all 3 caps. We're down in ships. We're way behind in points. This Baltimore is about to come around this corner and radar us. And we're thinking, oh crap. There was really nowhere we could hide. So what the hell, we're going to take the fight to him. Now his radar is already on, so he's on to us. He knows exactly where we are. We're taking fire from one of his teammates. We can use our twist and track though to see that he is indeed going to come around this island. And we just chuck out our torps as quickly as we can, thinking that we were gonna die with that salvo, but we did survive. We did get our heal off, which kept us alive too. And although he had his radar on, I guess he didn't have his sonar on, and he runs straight into our torps. Whew, that was a close one. So that leaves us with an open road to claim the Charlie Cap, so that's what we're gonna do. The rest of our team is battling it out against the Amalfi and the Vlad. Now that Vladivostok's taken a bit of punishment since we saw him last, which is good. But unfortunately for us, we just have 2 cruiser teammates on our team, and this comeback is turning out to be a tall order. Sure would love to open fire on this Amalfi, maybe at least draw his attention away from our teammates. So our Zara's not doing so hot. Even our Chuck Martel there has less health than the Amalfi. At this point I'm spotting the Amalfi for these guys and they're not shooting at him. And I'm kind of wondering, are they just, hightailing it? Leaving me high and dry here. So we gotta do something. So we do get some cheeky shots away on that Amalfi just before we disappear behind this island. And then we actually set a fire, which is something, at least it's something. Boy, we did time that perfectly, didn't we? We just avoided his incoming fire. But we do actually still have over 3 minutes left in this match, so there's no use in panicking yet. We still have time to make a comeback. We don't need to do anything too drastic. But we can't see that Vladivostok right now, so our goal is to try and find him, light him up, and see if we might be able to launch some torps towards him. Considering that it's just those 2 cruisers and myself, I'm going to be the biggest threat to that battleship. But it is really strange to me that he's not spotted, so what we're going to do is we're going to set out for him, as I previously mentioned. Now, one thing to take note of here is you're about to see the Amalfi flooding out, and that's because the Zara was able to hit him with some torps, and he wasn't able to damage con them because of that fire we set on him earlier. And although that Amalfi was able to finish off our Zara teammate, he wasn't able to stop the flooding, and the Zara evened it up and got himself a Just the Flesh Wound medal. So there you go, guys, right back to that point I made earlier. Do whatever you can. You never know how it's going to help your team. That random little fire we set on the Amalfi, you'd think, oh, big whoop-de ding. Good luck burning that full health Amalfi down. Well, it wasn't our fire that got him. It was the fact that we set him on fire, forced him to use his damage con, and it set our teammates up to get a torp on him and flood him out. And so yeah, that was one thing I wanted to point out, and one reason I chose this match over some other Kiev matches that I had recorded. I do have 2 Krakens in the Kiev that I had recorded, and although I didn't look back on them too intently, I did choose this one because I thought the gameplay was more notable, and the finish ends up being a little more exciting. And I mean, this match was on my birthday. Come on, like, how often do you get to post a video of you playing on your birthday? And most likely this thing was late at night, because I think Misfits is from Australia. So the only time we get to play together is like super late at night for me. Now if you look at the points for each team, we're in a spot of trouble. The only real way that we're going to be able to come back is if we kill both of these ships. And we unfortunately chose the wrong direction. We thought the Vlad would be sailing away from the Cap, but he was doing a ring around the rosy. And so it was up to our teammate to get him. And by God, that Charles Martel, he clutches up. He knew what he had to do to get the win for this match. He knew that he had to take a hit to make a play. And he gets his torps off on that Vlad. And even though the Vlad takes him out, he was able to flood him out. And now it's just us and the Nagato. This freaking Nagato from the beginning of the match. Unbelievable. After all that hiding he did, all he had to do was just stay put. But for whatever reason, he decides to get involved at the very end of the match. And with less than 30 seconds on the clock, we're able to finish him off and complete the birthday comeback. And remember at the beginning of the match when we got those 3 torp hits on that Nagato and chunked him for a lot of his health? Well, that sure helped us in the end, didn't it? So yeah, in the end, lots to talk about in this match. On the results screen here, we end up with over 107,000 in damage. That's pretty decent for a little crappy destroyer. And we got 2 sinkings and a whole crap of little ribbons, including 6 secondary hits. Massive. Where would this match have been without those secondary hits? And look at Misfits there, 4th on the leaderboard, even though I think he was one of the first guys to die in this match. What the hell is the rest of our team doing? And there you go, 4,000% win bonus there for XP, getting us a whopping 26,000 in XP for this match. Not to mention almost 4,000 in global and 30,000 in commander XP too. So yeah, those bonus XP weekends when they have their anniversaries or whatever, man, they sure help boost these crappy ships. Well, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button for me. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of this video. And as always, take care of yourselves and do what makes you happy.